This is the wall that surrounds the Gaza Strip and cuts off nearly 2 million Palestinians from the outside world. This story began a decade ago, on the road to the Erez border crossing, dividing Israel and Gaza. It's one of the most heavily fortified and eerie frontiers in the world.
George? Yeah. You know, you can't take a picture here. Yeah. I'm not possible.
I'm a photojournalist and filmmaker. I've been covering Gaza for 30 years. Entering Gaza requires passing through a series of remotely operated gates and closed to all but a handful of people with permits. Entering here is a privilege of sorts. Raed Athamneh, my colleague and friend, is always waiting for me on the other side. Somehow he's survived 6 wars. He hasn't been allowed to leave this plot of Mediterranean coast for 25 years. Raed is a fixer. His job is helping foreign newsmen like me get their stories. We've been working together since 2003. Raed has saved me from stone throwers, wrestled armed men, and gotten me inside places militants insisted were off limits, all without a byline or a bulletproof vest. He's an unsung hero of journalism. We met in 2003, a happier time, when Gaza's freedom seemed within reach. But over the years, feature stories gave way to hard news. These days in Gaza, there are 2 lines of steady work: the gun business and the news business. Years ago, I saw Raed daily, but now I see him when there's a crisis. And over the years, I've seen a saddening change in Raed's face. I'm returning now for the first time since the summer 2014 war. Israel pulverized Gaza for 50 days, killing more than 2,100 Palestinians, leaving more than 11,000 people wounded.
اللي قصف البيوت بسكن اياها وشفت عدد الضحايا كيف، عدد الجرحى كيف، ومعظم الضحايا اللي ترك مكانه واكلوا الدود. كثير المعيشه صعبه من كل النواحي، اللي صفت انه نحتمي بالمدارس، والمدارس كانت غير امنه. مجزرة المدرسة تاعت أبو حسين كانوا الناس اللي هاونه جايين بحميرهم يستخدمون كوسيلة تنقل. فلما صار القضاء بالمدرسة ما يقارب 30 حمار تقطعوا هيك لما راسه. كان المنظر، تخيل تخيل كان برا عن القذف كيف كان البشر داخل المدرسة. يعني من أبشع صور القتل.
Gaza City's oldest neighborhood, Jazeera, became a killing field. There's still tension in the air.
كل فلسطيني فينا مستهدف لهدول الناس. بيعشقوا شرب الدم، بشرب الدم. بس بدي اقول لك حاجه واحده جور، صدقني هذا بيولد الكره لاسرائيل ويوما ما الى ازاله الاحتلال. هذا بولدهم ايش بيسووا في ابائهم واولادهم واخوانهم واجدادهم، كيف بيبيدوا عائلات كامله وبدمروا بيوتها. اذا بيضل كل طفل فلسطيني بينشا وبيكبر بيضل عنده فكره ايش سوى الاحتلال حتى الى يوم من ازاله هذا الاحتلال. لا حجر ولا شجر، حتى بيوت الله مش سلمه منهم، ولا حد بيسلم من هذا الاحتلال.
Like my camera, Raed's car is vital to our working together.
Like this, I have a new tripod. A new tripod? You have a new tripod now? Of course, my father now in the car, yeah, he's coming to buy it.
But it's always breaking down.
Sit in the front. You know what's happening with my car yesterday? At 9 o'clock in the evening. No. You see do you see this car? This one? It's in my car. You see kaushuk, what I mean? Yeah? Inside is fire. You know fire? Fire, nar. Oh, I made with water, broke it because, you know? And this broke it all back the car.
As much as I empathize with these breakdowns, they're a distraction from our assignment. But more significantly, Raed's wife, 7 children, and 42 other members of his family, broke and out of work, depend on his job and his car for their food and clothing.
انت جايب فوقهم على الطرمبه بتاعته. طب والطرمبه اللي جبتها؟
لا خصم حد.
ايه؟
خصم حد.
The job is so critical, Majid, Raed's father and clan patriarch, came to oversee the repair.
This one's from where? From China?
No, Germany, not China here. It's second hand. If you want to buy new, you want to go to Mercedes company. Yeah, we get him to buy for you this one.
The Israeli blockade strictly controls everything which enters Gaza, making car parts hard to find.
Your next job, we're gonna make you
Oh my God, you want to teach me this good. Yeah, you want to teach me long time to be cameraman. When I be cameraman, it's great for me. Yeah. Use it, this works. When you're tired something, I use it. Go to you, yeah.
The 2006 war was the first one we covered together, on assignment with the New York Times. Israel invaded the northern Gaza Strip and overran Raed's hometown, Beit Hanun.
What happened exactly?
Israeli now destroys the houses, destroys the road, get inside the houses.
What about your house?
Not my house, my family's house, my uncle house, Israeli damage. One wall, 2 walls inside rooms. I don't know what's happening now in this moment because I don't hear any news about my house. Nobody answered the phones. I don't know nothing about my family house.
We spent 4 days trying to get inside Raed's besieged hometown. When the Israeli army withdrew, we rushed to examine the damage with our reporters.
I think if you weren't afraid, it would be crazy.
So it's normal, but you are not afraid.
Normal. I'm afraid.
No.
He's just quiet about it.
I'm just quiet about it. Of course I'm
Why
afraid.
do I
Who wouldn't be
express
afraid?
myself? You see, no, look at that. That's a good picture. That's a good picture of the women behind the destroyed wall.
طلع الجامع. هاي.
Did we talk to someone?
Yeah, this woman. هي أخوة أصحابه. تعال.
As the sun set, rockets and artillery started flying over our heads.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
ايش بتعملوا؟ نحرق القرآن. Oh, they're burning the Quran.
Why?
ليش؟
عشان
Why are they burning the Quran?
أحسن ما نرميه.
It's much better to burn it than throw it away. إيش اسمك حبيبتي؟ هيا إيش؟
هيا محمد حمزاوي.
I'm scared. I want to get married before I die if I don't do that. قديش عمرك؟ هيا قديش عمرك حبيبتي؟
صف خامس.
Here comes another one.
That night, I lay awake with the sound of Israeli drones circling overhead. I was thinking about the story. I had no idea that by morning, the story would be Raed himself. Raed didn't show up for our 7 a.m. appointment. I called, but he didn't answer. I heard Beit Hanun had been hit. Worried, I rushed to Raed's doorstep.
والله الله بلقيت والله مش عارف جالس شفت الأولاد الصغار بموتوا مش عارف ايش. I see the kids all 2 years 1 years cut pieces why do nothing. I don't have any idea. Just when I want moving, I'm moving 2 kilometers. I come back. I'm moving 35 from here. Yeah, I'm moving. My brother called me. Allah, send ambulance. Say he died. Help me. I come back to see him. I don't know. Just I see him. Jesus. Just I go to hospital. I don't see anybody still alive. All of them is dead. All of them.
Hours after declaring a ceasefire, Israeli artillery fired a high explosive round into Beit Hanun that landed on one of the Athamneh homes. Shocked from their sleep, the family scrambled out of their beds and into the alleyway below. The battery quickly fired 14 more shells, killing 18 of Raed's relatives and gravely wounding more than 40 others. Briefly, Raed's loss was the top news story around the world. More bad news from Gaza.
Look, the tanks, what you do here? What you do here? Look over there. Look over there. Can you look here? Can you look here? Can you film everything?
Raed spun in circles on the roof as Israeli drones circled overhead.
I forget 18 dead. How I forget 18? How I forget 18? 18, most of them kids and women and old people. How 18 years, 16 years, 17 years, 8 months, 1.5 months. How I forget? No way, no way. No way to forget, no way to forget anybody from this family. No way.
The next afternoon, we walked with the bodies to a burial ground on the outskirts of town. At the gravesite, I looked in vain for Raed, but found his father Majid and his brother Ayed. Raed was back at work just days after the massacre. The survivors depended on his earnings to live. And when there's a war in Gaza, there's always work for fixers like Raed. Every once in a while, through his pain and shock, Raed's sense of humor resurfaced.
Ahmad, first one is wounded. When the first one, my uncle, he's get Ahmad and send you one ambulance to get Ahmad. It's not bad, Ahmad walking.
In the shelling, Raed's cousin Ahmed was buried under rubble, still conscious but unable to speak, while both his parents, killed in the shelling, lay nearby. Thinking he was dead, medics placed him inside the hospital mortuary among the corpses.
Ahmad till عوض الله. No way to get me. Because still him is martyr. Yeah. طب انزل. يا زلمة انزل مش فاضي لك كلام.
Where does he want to go?
No, he wants to stay here. Don't go any place. No. I don't give him to go any place. All of them moving. يلا سلام.
Our first assignment after the massacre was to check reports that a British memorial cemetery had been damaged.
كيفك عمو؟
اهلا وسهلا ويلكم.
مين هذا الشباب؟
ناس.
While I was filming the broken tombstones, Raed drifted away. Within the cemetery walls, Raed rested and found some temporary peace. For a few minutes, I forgot all about my assignment. It was a moment I wanted to last. The news story could wait for another day. War returned to Gaza just 2 years later in January 2009. Raed hit an all-time low.
كسروا كل شيء في الدنيا خرب الله لا يهلكم بلا شيء خلونا شيء. خليه يعملوه. عايد خد دقدق هذا ظبطه يا زلمه واحد يقعد عليه. ركب له خشبه خذ.
After the alleyway massacre, the Athamnehs left Beit Hanun and regrouped in a safer spot, 10 miles further south, in the hamlet of Abu Drabo. Just months after they settled in, Israeli forces invaded and overran the area. For 7 days, the family was trapped inside their homes. Bombardments left 4 of their homes damaged. On the 8th day, the family emerged at dawn with their hands in the air, holding a white flag. All 50 survived and fled in shock to Beit Hanun. When the war ended, they returned to find all 7 homes destroyed. Raed's home, the homes of his 6 brothers and his parents, and Raed's Mercedes crushed by a tank, leaving him homeless, penniless, and unemployed. I found him living in a tent on the wreckage of his home with his clan. As we were having breakfast, a Hamas organizer came to the tent offering food coupons. Raed's loyalty wasn't for sale.
راوح من هان بدكم 4000 يورو بدكم تقول لي بدكم لي حسابنا احنا حساب دور الناس الغلابه. انا بقطع كابونات تعرف؟ انا بقطع كابونات؟ انت ما بقى تعرف هو الناس الغلاب ما ياخذوش حساب دورنا بتشحت انت وياه واتباعك.
The stress was so acute, he lost his photographic memory. But in a strange twist of fate, the answer to one of his problems fell from the sky. When Raed's story aired on Norwegian TV, the Norwegian Taxi Drivers Association was so moved they pulled together an astonishing $35,000 to buy Raed a new car. But the only vehicle he could find to meet the international standards required to receive the money was a luxury Mercedes.
Raed, you know, Raed now different than Raed before. It's okay, what's... You know, it's... Oh, wow, wow.
Nice car.
Wallah, so nice car. Wallah, so nice car.
To protect the car, he parked it next to the tent, and sometimes inside it. But owning a luxury automobile while living in a tent was awkward. People assumed he was rich. And inside the bank handling aid for destroyed homes, there was a greater frustration.
انا اللي ساعه وقف على الدور مش حد يعبرني. في ورقه هناك تنباع برا. كيف ايش في ورقه؟ ايش بعرفش ايش هنا. انا بعرفش ايش بعرفش ايش يعني فهمني ايش. انا فهمني ايش بدي طلبات ايش بدك شغله.
Raed had to prove home ownership, but his documents were buried under tons of rubble.
أستاذ
بدك اسمه الابراج.
أستاذ يعطيك العافية. يعطيك العافية.
قلبوا مش تغلبوا.
شو بدك؟ عمهلك
عالدور قاعد
عمهلك بس بالراحة بالراحة حبيبي انت ابوس على راسك انا بدي ارحل الليله بتحنوا عشان خاطر مرتك بدي ارحل
تعمليش زي هيك يا اخوي تعمليش زي هيك
اسكت
نزلي بعد
اسكت بقول لك خلص صابعك اسكت لونك محترم
After several months of driving one of the nicest cars in Gaza, Raed made the hard decision to sacrifice the Mercedes to use as a deposit and move his extended family into a stable home. One day, Raed drove us to his dream house. It cost a seemingly unreachable $100,000. But by selling the car, he had a huge down payment.
You see it? This is my new house.
Which one?
You see the white one? This one.
This one? This one?
This
On the
one.
corner?
No, this one.
This white one here.
Yeah,
This one.
Oh, beautiful.
You see this one?
Yeah.
Great.
Raed, his wife, his children, and 20 other Athamneh relatives moved in. And it came just in time.
السؤال عندك انت بقى تقولي بروحوا بيجيبوا طب فاهمين ايش رايك؟ ايش رايك؟ الجائزة حالك عليك الهين بدنا نطلق فخلص امي تروح بدنا نروح تنتين يعني.
Just as he closed the deal on the house, Raed's wife, Ihtiram, went into labor with their 8th child. As tradition holds, Raed bought a chicken dinner feast. Majdi Raed Athamneh was born in peacetime on May 10, 2009, under a solid roof. It was a rare moment of pure joy in Raed's life, and probably the happiest I've ever seen him. I left Raed, but I knew I'd see him for the next war. I just didn't know when it was coming. I've covered the news in Gaza for the past decade with Raed Athamneh, my driver, fixer, and friend. I rejoined him after the 2014 summer war.
نروح مطرح اللي كان المفروض يكون فيه المهرجان. هو نشوف المنصة ضايلة ما فجروها. إذا ضايلة كويس ناخذ صورة لها وهي مفجرة. إذا مش ضايلة مش عارف.
When not a war story, news in Gaza is often the struggle between political parties, Hamas and Fatah. University students are marking the 10th anniversary of the death of iconic Palestinian leader Yasser Arafat, Fatah's founding father.
If you want to get to high place, be great for us. Yeah, if you want to get to high place, let's go to high place. I'm filming from upstairs. Yeah.
Though ousted from power by Hamas, Fatah supporters are out in force today. as much as anything, to prove they're still here. At night, we went to see a victory rally. The Hamas Rocket Brigade is celebrating what it sees as achievements in this war. The crowd is enthusiastic about these crude, tiny rockets, which, although ineffective, are Gaza's only way of physically striking back at Israel. But many other people resent the massive retaliation these rockets bring down on them. An increasing number of Gazans support neither party.
وقد ألفت قصيدة قصيرة للمقاومة
زلزلت أنحاء إسرائيل فخضعت لك كما يخضع الجبناء وكتائب القسام من خلفك وكتائب القسام من خلفك الله
أنا بيه
Monday morning in Gaza City. Life is beginning to return to normal, but there's tension in the air.
ليش بتصور؟ مرحبا يا خال.
Raed's most basic job on assignment is keeping people from interfering with filming. He's good at it.
ولك عيب عليك
بتقول لي انا ايش قهرني
بقول لك اي خدمه
ولا مش اجانب مش اجانب فيش يا شباب
ايوه وش المشكله
ايش فيش يا شباب وين الله يا اخي من لك كم تلقى
This is Raed's first paid assignment in months. And with some cash to spend, he's bent on throwing a big family lunch. Chickens become a luxury.
صور حسين وفيديو هذا بعيد احنا لو في مع الشعب كل وحده
Spices are expensive and hard to find.
يا زبط باش هاي لوقيه
نص دقيقة ب5
هذه والفلفل الاسمر
والفلفل الاسمر ب6 نص دقيقة بدنا تكفي يعني
طب حط اوكي حط
يعني صحة
حبيبي
After the massacre of 2006 and the destruction of their homes in 2009, I was happy to see Raed's home survive this time. But Raed wanted to show me something.
I'm going to my girl's room, destroyed by tank and bulldozer. Enter the special forces to my home. You see, like this, bulldoze the room by this way and enter the Israelis inside, the soldier inside my room, my house, and destroy my girl's room like this way. Shadi, تعال. تعال.
While most Gazans are refugees from other parts of Palestine, Raed's family are native Gazans. Theirs is a clan-based society. People from their town are famous for being tough and hard-headed. Maybe that helps them. Raed and Ihtiram share their home with their 7 children and Raed's mother-in-law, her oldest son, and his family of 6. Raed's eldest daughter, Reneen, inherited Raed's photographic memory. Her remarkable high school test scores were the 2nd highest in the Gaza Strip. But today she's unemployed and has just lost her house in the war.
أنا بالنسبة لي أنا ساكنة عند رصيده لزوجي. واحد يدبر حاله بده يتأقلم على الوضع اللي هو فيه، إيش بدي أعمل يعني؟ مش علينا إحنا لحالنا كمان، كل البيت عنهم تقريبا نفس الوضع. خلصت تجارة إنجليزي، يعني العدد الخريجين بكل سوق العمل بيحتاج قليل، نسبة قليلة من الخريجين. أنا وحظي عادة ألاقي شغل ولا لا، وإذا ما لقيتش يعني مش قصة الجامعة هذه دراسة إلي أنا، مش بس عشان الشغل يعني كمان. إذا ما لقيتش خلص هاي زوجي أنا متخرج وقاعد يعني إيش بدي أعمل؟
Ihtiram doesn't leave the house the way she used to. She feels uneasy outside since this last conflict. She watches over their children, Majdi and Mariam. Majdi, born just after the 2009 war, is now 5.
قلت ما تلاقيش صار الاسمنت ينباع بالجرام في غزه من قلته. لانه سعر الاسمنت اليوم 10 اضعاف له 8 سنوات الحين صار مواد البناء واشتد الحين.
الحين اتسد.
قلنا نجهز الطاوله.
شوي يا باشا بس يصير رجال، في رجال جاي في رجال جاي. حطي اللبن عادي، حطي صفتي يلا جهزي كله.
تفضل عمر.
يلا
انت اول
يلا علاء، يلا يا شادي تفضل. مريم اختاري وين بدك؟ يلا جورج تعال، وين خلف تعالوا وين شادي؟ اياد هم عشان بس برا صورة This masjid chicken. Just only have one now. It's one chicken. I think it wants to be 780 chicken before the war. But when you leave the house 51 days, some of them died because no food, no eat. Still one, still alive. This one.
Hello.
And this is meat. It's baladi. It's mean hand-made chicken, not like it's market chicken. It's more It's good meat for us. You must have some work before, but now it's not so much. Maybe 5% now.
Well, why do you think? Because it's more difficult to come inside?
I'm thinking it's first things it's more difficult to come to Gaza, not easy from Israeli side to come to give him the Bitagaron or Briskar, to give him the Briskar to come to Gaza. It's not so easy for journalists to come. And you know, the revolution in the Middle East, in the Arab countries, it's happened in Syria and Tunisia and Libya, Egypt. It's give the journalists to look so much about this revolution and it's happened between Daesh and like this, in Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, everywhere in the Arab country has something that's happened. Maybe to taking not care about Gaza so much, like because it has a lot of things to do in the Middle East.
How many days a month?
Yes.
How many days a month?
ERT radio became 4 days a month before. Now, maybe every 2 months, 1 day, 2 days. That's maybe, or maybe not.
Well, Raed wonders how he'll find work and fix the hole in the side of his house. Fatima, his mother-in-law, is worse off still. Raed helps her salvage anything she can from her home.
هي كومها أنا كومها يلا كومها اللي مش لازم يلا وهي تحت الثلاجة والمرتبة أنا عبي كله ما هو نافع خلاص ورا القذايف ورا 16 ما بضل حاجة والله ما في حاجة كويسة بعد 16 هذا سويتر مش نافع مخزق هذا مخزق مش نافع هذا القميص بيجي يمكن على لا والله ما مزوق كمان هذا فيش ولا حاجة كله ها شوي كله ستاير كله ولا شيء ضاير كله انحرق يلا بعوض الله فيش ولا حاجة للأولاد نافعة كله رايح كله محروق
تعال ورجيك اطلع شقة في مخربك ايوه اطلع اسحبها
تعال
والله يا دمار يا رب نطلب العوض من الله.
So many homes were hit by Israel's bombardments. Up to 500,000, or almost 30% of residents were displaced. 6 months after the war's end, the UN said it couldn't repair Gazan homes because donors had failed to pay the funds they had pledged. School children, shopkeepers, professionals, and grandparents have been reduced to scavenging reusable bricks and pieces of twisted metal.
دار كمال هدا
هي شوف مرسيدس صلاح
مالها
مسكوت صار
والله جاد مو دار صلاح نهدى دار صلاح واكرم
مستهدف صراحه
والله
صراحه مستهدف
واكرم
إيه؟
اكرم اخوه
مستهدف كمان صراحه أكرم.
وكامل
وكامل مستهدف
هو له كمان كامل مستهدف وكمان لا
وكمان مستهدف
اي لا
والله 16 كل الشباب كل واحد
بحياة دينا
والله انت بالشاي ماكوب الشباب يعني
كلهم 16 كلهم
والله كلهم 16
Being in the extreme north of Gaza, Beit Hanun is right up against the Israeli separation wall, making it a prime launching ground for Qassam rockets. It often takes the brunt of the fighting. Raed's teenage sons, Majid and Maher, aren't scholars like their sister Ranim. They got into a lot of fights growing up. Both are jobless, so Raed is struggling to pay installments to keep them in community college.
استنى لفايز مستنى نفسي اخلص انا قسما بالله جامعه وارتاح واقبع من البلد ان شاء الله. بدي احاول كل الامكانيه اني اقبع من البلد اسافر برا. انت بدور منح انك تطلع برا؟ والله ما خليت ولا منحه دورت ما لقيتش على الفاضي. الفاضي يعني لو لقيت منحه تطلع مش هتقدر تطلع. السيسي زلمه مسكر كل البلد. ابرامي سلامات حبيبي سلامات حبيبي سلامات كيف حالك؟ ايش اخبارك ابرامي؟ سلامات.
One potential employer, a major armed faction, has offered them a salary of $200 a month, plus a scooter and a Kalashnikov, if they sign up. Raed has rigged a car battery to power a tiny lamp because the power is out. 9 of Gaza's 10 electrical lines no longer work, but that's not what's gnawing at him. What do you think is the bigger danger, Maher or?
Between Maher and Majid is 1 year. Same age, and this one is 18, one is 20, one 19 and a half. It's not so much between him, you know. It's most of them dangerous, both of them dangerous. It's his age dangerous, not my kids dangerous. His age is dangerous. Like it's in Gaza, is very dangerous at age.
كيف حالك؟ أخبارك؟ كيف حالك؟ تفضلي
تعالي هان عادي
تعالي قعدوني هنا
وين انت؟ My kids grow up. Now his age is very dangerous age. You must look with him well. You must take care about him so much. I don't want to lose my kids in this age, because then you know what's going on. I don't want to especially don't want to be him with the parties, with the faction like this. No, I want to think about my kids in this age. Be careful. Don't stay a long time outside. You must stay at maximum until 7. You must go back. Don't tell me this is my friends, blah blah. It's not this situation.
And almost on cue, as we were driving home, we ran into new recruits for the Qassam brigades.
السلام هلا والله. بدهم تصوروا بس المدربين ما يجوش صور.
المدربين خليكم ورا الكاميرا.
سر الصف الثاني نص خطوه بنظام سر، الثالث نص خطوه بنظام سر. التمرين التكوينيه التمرين الاول. رحاد انتبه، رحاد انتبه. استعداد الرجال وثبات الرجال ومستوعب. سبحانك يا عيال.
Majdi is coming to work with his father for the first time. Our last assignment is to film a series of sculptures inspired by the war. It's rare for Majdi to get time alone like this with his father. Leaving Gaza, I always feel a nagging sense of betrayal. Watching the door close on Raed and close to 2 million people. Raed has seen the destruction of everything we in the outside world take for granted. He's resilient against impossible odds. He deserves to be free.